Dudes Who Bet Sports.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Dudes Who Bet Sports. Welcome back to another Wednesday, and welcome back to the official full start, I guess probably I should word that, of college football coming up this weekend. We had a little taste. We had 5 games last weekend, highlighted by the game over in Dublin. Let's comment on it first, I guess. Don't love that we go over there. Don't love that we can't see what yard line they're on with the field, but loved the game. I thought it was a good game.
Oh, it was a great game. I love watching those two teams play. They're so fundamental. I know they made some mistakes and turned the ball over and things, but the weather wasn't real good. And great second half. Tremendous coaching decisions had to be made. You can really criticize the K-State coach. And if the Iowa State didn't make that first down, I think you would have had a lot of criticism on him too.
Yeah.
But they did. And I was a little surprised the K-State coach went for it where he did, only down 3 with about 10 minutes left. And you think that was maybe there's a little bit less time than that. But I thought that was strange because they were on the inside their 30.
Yeah, I think, yes, I would agree. I think it's one of those things. I think that's one of those things. There was enough time left to where they could punt them and stop them, but also if you get it, you could maybe run down all the time and go win it, or run down close all the time and go win it. Probably should have punted it because of how far down they were.
I was pretty shocked. They were only down 3 at the time.
Yep.
And they're, what was it? The score was like 17-14. It wasn't like their defense wasn't playing good.
That was the thing. It was a tight game. Yeah,
it was. And, the weather conditions and everything, but, you got to make that decision. And they just needed a yard. They didn't get it. And it was close, but they didn't make it. And then on the flip side, then Iowa State went for it up 24-21 and got it on a 4th and 3 where they were in pretty much easy field goal range to go up by 6 and force K-State to score a touchdown. But in the past, Iowa State's missed field goals. I've seen them do it a lot of times, easy ones. I think Campbell thought, let's just go for it and win this thing. And it was a great play call and just executed perfectly like they do.
Yep. Yeah, I felt like the story of that game was they were the same team, but one team was making the plays when they had to make them, and one just couldn't quite do it. That's how I felt about that whole game.
And, I was shocked when they made it 24-14. The only chance K-State had was just go over the top and score. And that very first play after they made it 24-14, they throw a 65-yard bomb because Iowa State safety played it all wrong.
Yeah.
And, they hadn't made any mistakes basically on defense all day long. And then they make it at that point to give the Wildcats a chance. First part of the game, I thought Iowa State was better. And then in the middle part of the game, I thought K-State was going to beat them. I really did.
I did too. Yep.
And then Iowa State won the 4th quarter at 2 really good teams. And, we discussed it last week. Playing this game over there was just insane.
Yeah. That's the one bad thing about it. I mean, a tough game right off the bat, but we're going to see that this weekend as well. I mean, it happens some. But, to play it over there, it felt awkward. It felt like it took them a half before they got into the game. The first half was just sloppy, and it's they're not really sloppy teams, but boy, they really tightened up. And it felt like ISU KSU in the second half. It felt like the rivalry all of a sudden.
They're 2 really fundamentally sound teams. They tackle as well as anybody.
Yeah.
Man, they get you in space, and they get to you, they're going to crunch you. And I love watching both of them play. I've always liked Iowa State.
Yeah.
And, Dennis says college football was good last week. The Hawaii game was a good one too, kicking that field goal to win that one. So we're off to a really good start. I mean, we got some mostly horrible games this week, mismatches, but there's some feature one as well that makes this a fantastic week.
I was going to say, you either have games that will be pretty bad, or you've got games that are going to be very good.
Yeah.
So there are some feature games that are incredible.
Oh, yeah.
We've got a lot to look forward to, and a very, very, very good segue by you. Let's get to it right now. That's
okay.
Recap much, because that's that just a couple of games, but tomorrow night, Thursday night, as we record this on a Wednesday, Thursday night football here, Boise State and South Florida. That'll get us going for the ranked matchups. We'll go through all the ranked games, and then we'll go through more if you like them at the end. Boise State on the road, a 5.5-point favorite at South Florida. South Florida was decent last year, projected to be a little better this year. Boise makes the playoff last year, but loses their star running back. I thought this was a tricky game.
It's very tricky. Yeah. It opened at 6.5. It's down to 5.5.
Yep.
It all depends on how good is South Florida.
I think they're going to be good, but are they good enough? Is the question.
No, it's a long trip. Boise's got question marks. Lost the guy that was everything for them. They're going to have to rely on the quarterback more than what they did last year.
Yep.
I think the running back saw somewhere he had 2,600 total yards last year. That's pretty hard to replace. I'm going to stay away from this. I don't like it. I could see them getting behind and having to come from behind late to win this game. It's kind of a scary one for me. It is. So I'm going to kind of pass on it. If I was going to bet it, I'd go ahead and go with Boise because they're seasoned and they expect to win these games, and they usually do. I think that start time's 4:30. Said it was a night game. It starts at 4:30 on Thursday. So I'm gonna. If I had to bet it, I'd take Boise, but I'm gonna stay away from it.
I was with you. I'm not betting the game because I know South Florida was a decent team last year. Their team last year is not going to win in this spot. However, I read a lot about them, and to me, it just feels like they're going to be better, but I don't know to what level. So it's tough. I would probably lean towards Boise State as well. Yeah. But again, I don't want to bet this game because I could see her outright upset just as easy in this one.
Well, I remember a couple of years ago, South Florida wasn't any good and had Alabama beat. Remember that?
That was one of the most bizarre games I've ever watched in my life. Yes.
They should have won.
They should have beat them, yes.
And I think Alabama came back and played in the national championship game that year.
I think they're in the semis. I think they were in the semis.
Okay. I know. They made the Final Four. I know that.
Yes.
And the South Florida team without a quarterback almost beat them.
Well, so, Alabama, that was the game where Alabama refused to play their quarterback.
That's right.
So it was a wild scene.
Yeah. I don't know what happened that day, but they would not play Milroe.
No.
They got beat too.
Yes, they did. Yeah. I don't know on this one. I wouldn't be shocked either way. I do lean towards like your line of thinking. I think Boise's going to be better. And I think at the end of the day, they're going to win, but I would not want to lay points with Boise in that game. That's where I'm at with it.
Like Mike says, I got to see them this one time because they lost their identity on offense.
Yeah.
So you got to see how good their quarterback is.
They have a lot of people back, but they don't have the key guy back.
Right.
And it's like, okay, what does this look like without Ginty? Yeah. I don't know. So, look, I think, again, with all the games there are to bet, this is just one for me. Yeah. I am going to stay away completely from it.
Yeah.
I will watch it, though, because I think it's going to be
it's going to be a good one.
All right, Western Illinois, and Illinois does not have a line here. I don't expect anything crazy to happen. Any thoughts on this one before we go on?
No.
Okay. All right, so let's go to the Saturday games.
Okay.
And right off the bat, kicking off a Saturday with the number 1 versus number 3 team, at least here as we get into the season. Who knows how that'll shake out? Texas on the road taking on Ohio State. This thing is starting to even out and starting to almost lean towards Texas. I've seen this thing as much as OSU -3. It's down to OSU minus 1.5. Yesterday, I saw it at OSU minus 2.5. So starting to lean towards Texas as far as the betting that's coming in. Ohio State, a 1.5 point favorite here at home against the Longhorns. Who you got in this one?
Well, it's so hard for me to bet anything Texas is in. I don't like them. And I was sitting thinking, they've been really good the last 2 or 3 years. When have they won a game like this? They beat Michigan last year, but Michigan was horrible.
That is true.
Yes.
Their big games against Georgia, they both lost them, but they were close.
It's a loss.
Yeah, they did win a college football playoff game, but that was at home.
They should have lost.
They didn't play very well.
No, they still lost.
They took Ohio State to the wire, but they lost. Yeah, I am struggling to find a big one.
Almost beat Alabama.
That's a good one there. Yeah,
almost.
They did lose.
They lost.
Man,
I have not seen them win a game like this.
You mentioned the Michigan game, and that was hyped to be a massive game. And during especially that time of the year, that Michigan team was a disaster.
They were terrible.
Yeah. So while that's I don't care if they're a disaster or not, it's still a big win to go there.
It was a big win, but
it wasn't a great win.
This.
Right.
So I just haven't seen them do this. Their defense is always overhyped. They get in these games, they play like shit.
Yeah.
The whole thing, is which quarterback's legit and which one's not.
Boy, isn't that the truth? I think that's what it's going to come down to.
Yeah. And, if the game was at Austin, I think Texas would be 5-6 point favorite, 5.5 probably.
Mm-hmm.
I really do.
Mm-hmm.
It's at Ohio State, and that's why it's 1.5.
Mm-hmm.
Wisdom says you take Texas, I guess, but I can't bet this game either. I don't have a good feeling either way. I don't trust the Ohio State quarterback.
Yeah.
But I don't know what Manning is either. And it's going to be a crazy environment to go into as the number 1 team in the country. Mm-hmm. I know this. If they win, they're pretty damn good.
Mm-hmm.
So if I was going to take it, because I hate them, I would take Ohio State. I cannot take Texas. I just can't. And I hope Ohio State kicks the crap out of them, and I don't like them either.
Julian Sayin, the quarterback for Ohio State, heavily hyped guy. Of course, Arch Manning, heavily hyped guy. Mm-hmm. We say it all the time. Sometimes they turn out to be legit, and sometimes they don't. So you just don't know. You're going to throw them both into the fire. Although I would say Arch has had more experience playing against a team like this, although it's not much. It is a real interesting game. Dennis says, "Hey, what if neither one's legit?" Well, it'll be kind of an ugly game.
Hilarious.
Let's put it this way. I think all things being equal on the quarterback front, let's just say both quarterbacks are not legit, or they're both really good, or they're both just kind of in the middle, I lean Ohio State. I think for Texas to win the game, Arch has to stand out. Where I'm not quite sure Julian Sayin has to be a standout player for Ohio State to win. I like Ohio State in the other areas. Not a ton, but a little bit better. Not all the areas, but the big ones that matter.
Yep.
I lean Texas in the game, though. I just feel like Arch Manning is going to be a little bit more prepared for a game like this. He does have experience being in the game. Even though he didn't do very well, he did play a little bit in some of their bigger games. He did play a lot in some of their other games. I think Texas catches Ohio State at the right time. I think
I would agree with that.
5-6 weeks down the road, I think it could be different, but I think right here opening day, I think Texas is a little bit more prepared to win the game. Now, the equalizer, there's 2 equalizers. at Ohio State is a big equalizer. And what if Sayin comes out and plays really, really well?
Yeah.
It is possible.
And he's got weapons.
Yep.
And yeah, I mean, it's going to be fascinating to watch.
Yep.
I'm kind of surprised it's 11 o'clock.
Well, it's the big noon kickoff thing.
Right. I thought this one would be at night.
Yeah.
And that's okay. I just don't have a good feeling about it because of the quarterback situation. I'm just wondering the last time a guy who's played like maybe 2 games is the Heisman Trophy favorite.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a thing too that's just kind of wild, and I don't buy it. Look, I mean, we have some college tape on this guy, and he's been pretty good at times. Like we've seen some good film of him. So, again, I think it's a good time to catch Ohio State, but that being said, I kind of feel the same way about this one as I do about the Boise game we just talked about. I don't feel comfortable betting either side.
No, I don't either.
We can say we're leaning Boise, but that doesn't mean we're playing it. We can say, you're leaning Ohio State, I'm leaning Texas. I don't feel comfortable playing this game at all. But it'll be interesting. It'll be a very interesting game.
It'll be really fun to watch.
All right, let's go to this one. Syracuse and Tennessee. I can tell you a couple of the Syracuse alumni are not excited for this game, and they're not excited for this team. Let's talk about it. Tennessee's a 13.5-point favorite. This is a neutral site game in Atlanta, and when we say neutral site, it's going to be mostly, I would say 90% Tennessee orange and not Syracuse orange.
Yeah.
Syracuse on paper looks like a disaster.
They do.
Tennessee, I don't know what they're going to be this year. What do you think?
Well, we know they're going to be well coached.
Yeah.
And they are Tennessee. They got players.
They see if Nico was back, and we're not fans of him, but if he was back, I think this team would be hyped pretty well.
Yeah.
So I think it all comes down to Aguilar and how he's. I mean, there's nothing you can point to say, hey, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
Can he just kind of get into that system and run the offense and spread the ball around and make it work? Is the question.
Well, would you agree that Heupel is fantastic at developing an offense that will fit what that quarterback can do?
Yes, because he got Nico to the playoffs last year by running the ball.
That's right.
So he even with Nico, who I thought was very limited last year, they were decent on offense.
Yeah. When we did our preview or top 25, whatever we did, we were talking about how good Tennessee was on defense last year. And that's the key. They lost some players on that defense. The defense was really, really good. So I think it's going to be an interesting season for them. Syracuse won 10 games last year, and now, everybody's saying they're going to be awful because everybody bolted. They just left.
You literally you can't. There's hardly anybody left.
No, and you have to. They won 10 games.
I know.
So they obviously don't have any NIL money, I would say.
Yeah, not enough.
No, to compete. So I think the line's about right. I don't think Tennessee's going to be all that great early in the year. So that's why I think that line's 13.5.
Yeah.
I look for them to get better as they go along. But the fact the game's in Atlanta, that's an easy drive for Tennessee. They'll pack the place, and that's going to be the difference. I think the line's about right.
I think I lean Tennessee pretty heavy. This is my first one that I'm gonna be pretty heavy on. Here's how I view it. I think Syracuse is a mess, and so there's part of it. And I just feel like while Aguilar is average, he does have a ton of experience, and I feel like if you get him in a system where the coach is going to put him in really good positions, he might have some success, especially against teams that are a little bit lower talent level than what he's going to see down the road. I don't think Aguilar is going to take Tennessee to the college football playoff, but I think they'll be decent enough under him where they can take care of Syracuse. So I'm going to go Tennessee here. This one I will bet. I I do kind of agree with kind of the sentiment of the chat and what we're saying. I'm not really sure what to make of Tennessee overall. I wouldn't be shocked if they're pretty good again. I feel like they're going to be more on that average plane than good, though.
I think they could be 7-5 real easy.
Yeah, I don't know that they'll fall that far, but I wouldn't be shocked. I'm with you. I don't know what to make of them.
Now we'll see.
And honestly, if Syracuse is what I think they're going to be, even if Tennessee wins pretty easy, I'm not sure what that means this week either.
No.
You kind of study the roster. I don't know what Syracuse really has.
So I'm assuming you were with Ricky.
Yes.
And he's really down on them.
He does not think they're going to be very good. No.
Well, that's good enough for me.
All right, let's keep going. Old Dominion and Indiana, the darlings of last year. Indiana start off at home, a 23.5-point favorite here. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Indiana's going to be quite as good for sure this year. Old Dominion's not horrible.
Nope.
It's a lot of points. What do you think?
I think it's a lot of points as well. It started off like at 20 and it's gone up to 23.5.
Yeah, it's steadily climbed.
Yeah. It's so, it's just, I don't know. These games, the line is, if it was 2-3 more points, I'd go with Old Dominion, but it's right in that.
Yeah.
Could get away from the Monarchs late in the game or late in the, fourth quarter, and it could balloon up to like, I don't know, 45-20 or something like that. I think Indiana, I'm just going to stay with, I don't know enough about it yet to bet these kind of point spreads. The Indiana should beat that. If they're the number 20 team in the country, they should cover that. I don't think they are, but we'll see.
I would, if you made me play it, I would play Indiana, but I'm with you. I'm staying away.
There's too many other games.
And I'm really not sure what this Indiana team's going to be. I don't think they're going to fall back to like 4-8, but I would be shocked if they're like they were last year.
Yeah, I'm looking 500, maybe 7-5.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, both lean Indiana, but staying away. Here is one that should be a blowout, and it's priced that way. Nevada at Penn State here. Penn State minus 43.5. That's a lot of points.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not playing the game, but what do you think about this?
Well, this is one. When does Penn State beat anyone by 44?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to. If you're betting Penn State, you gotta kind of think, hey, Nevada's not going to get out of double digits,
right?
Because Penn State's not going to score.
I mean, Nevada's, they're not good, but they're not woeful. I mean, they beat somebody every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that 40. If that's one I would bet. I would think about that one.
You'd think about Nevada plus the 43.5.
Yep, I would think about that.
Well, you think about a 45.
Think about this. Okay, let's say they score 14.
Yeah, I don't think they do.
Well, if you don't think they can score 14, then you probably stay away. But if they do, Penn State's got to score 58.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
If Nevada doesn't turn it over, I don't see how Penn State's going to score 58.
I think like 45-7 is a likely score, and that would be a cover.
That's right.
Yeah. But I'm not sitting there in the fourth quarter trying to get Nevada a touchdown.
Nevada hanging in there. Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
All right. Marshall and Georgia next. Georgia minus 39.5. Now, this is a team, Georgia, that usually just will destroy teams like this. New quarterback. We'll see what happens here with Georgia. I'm still pretty high on them. What do you think?
Yeah. Marshall's one of those teams that they'll battle you. They're usually pretty good. 39.5 is a bunch, but it's Georgia, and they're at home. And again, you got to think they're going to shut them down, don't you?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then Marshall may have to start throwing when they don't want to, and they turn it over. And the next thing you know, it's 48-0. So,
yep.
Again, these games are just too hard to bet.
Yeah. I do think, in the past you've been better off, laying it with Georgia than a Penn State when it's that kind of spread.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's I would take Georgia if you're betting it. I think that makes sense. I don't see Marshall getting out of double digits either. So yeah, I'm with you on that one. All right. Alabama and Florida State. Boy, in years past, this would have been a showdown. Now it's two teams reeling, one team super bad in the worst way, Florida State, and then Alabama just reeling by Alabama standards. They're still very good. On the road, it is a true road game. You kind of got to look at that here in Tallahassee. I'm sure it's going to be a madhouse.
Yep.
Alabama is a 13.5-point favorite. What do you think about this one?
Another one. We don't know who Alabama's quarterback is, right?
Yeah. No, we do not.
Is Florida State better? They can't be worse.
No.
They weren't awful on defense last year. They just had no offense. They got to be better on offense. So I think this is a tricky game for Alabama. I do. They better be pretty good because we know the quarterback situation is not good. So they better be pretty talented everywhere else. And if Florida State's a little better, that's a lot of points in a big game like this.
I think they're going to be better.
I do too.
I think Florida State will be a respectable team. Do they get above that? That's the
I've got them like 7-5, 6-6 in that ballpark. So I don't know. Again, man, these games are so hard because we don't know what the quarterback situation is at Alabama. If I was going to bet it, I'd take Florida State, I think.
I'd take Alabama.
We'll just have to see.
I would take Alabama. I feel like they'll be ready to rock and roll here. I don't like Alabama so much this year, but I can't get behind Florida State until I see it. I do think they're going to be better. I like Castellanos. I think he's decent, but I mean, he's obviously upgraded from what they had, but I don't think. I look at it like this: if Castellanos would have came to Oklahoma, would you be all that excited about it?
No.
Same.
No.
Same. And so I don't know. I think Alabama gets it done. And I mean, could Florida State keep it within the spread of this? Absolutely. But if it's going to be my money, it's on Alabama.
Well, can't you also see them pulling away late?
The problem that I have where I don't just say smash Alabama in this spot is they really weren't very good last year by their standards. Right. So if they're kind of the same that they were, I could see it being a 10-point game. But if they're a little better, even though I think Florida State's better, I think Alabama, and like you said, you may have said it best, maybe they keep it close, but I think Alabama's going to pull away from them. I'm with you. Yeah. All right. South Dakota and Iowa State, no line on this one. But
there was earlier in the week.
So what do you remember what it was?
That was 14.5.
Okay, that's what I thought too, because I saw an Oklahoma line as well and an Oregon line. So I'll read off.
They all
had
saw. Lines on yesterday.
Okay, so 14.5. I mean, these are the type of games, Iowa and Iowa State both, that might be a little scary.
You better believe it. You better be happy it's not South Dakota State. It's South Dakota.
Or North Dakota State.
That's right. Big difference because how in the world is Iowa State going to get back ready to play? I can't believe they're playing this week.
I got my buddy Paul said the same thing. I cannot believe they scheduled a game after that. And I know it's just South Dakota, but still, it's when you're Iowa and Iowa State, that's two teams always throw in there. You're vulnerable in these games.
You are. Because you got to make that trip.
Yep.
And you got to get yourself ready to play. South Dakota's not awful. And, they prepped all summer for this game. Iowa State never even looked at it till they got back. And who knows when they got back home from Dublin. And they probably didn't get settled till at least Monday. So you got a short week of preparation. You got to get over that monster win. And the way they won it is great as well.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just not enough points for me.
Yeah, South Dakota they're not bad, but they're not.
No.
I don't think they're, look, I wouldn't bet Iowa State either, though.
No. Yeah, if you get a lot of points, South Dakota would be a play, but 14 is not a lot of points.
Yeah, they were just 14, so yeah. All right, I do think Iowa State will win, obviously, but I don't want to mess with them, and that's coming from somebody that bet a lot on them last week, so I don't want to mess with them this week.
Yeah, that's a tough turnaround.
Yeah, that's not going to be easy.
Uh-oh.
All right, Montana State and Oregon next. This line was like 33 something.
Yeah,
29
29
was
and
it
a half.
39? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
To me, and I'm super high on Oregon. Mm-hmm. This is one I absolutely would take. I absolutely would take minus 39 and a half because
it's 20.
Oh, is 29?
29 and a half. Yeah.
Oh, I would bet I'm taking them. Period.
Yeah. Montana State's really good.
I don't care.
I know. I don't think they can stay with them, but they've been in the championship game.
Yep.
A couple times.
Yep.
So, and Oregon's got a little bit of a question mark at quarterback, but 29 and a half.
Nope. Oregon all day long in that one.
Yeah.
All right. This is going to surprise you. 35 and a half. That's what I saw for this one, right?
Right.
Is that what you saw? Okay.
Yep.
I think Oklahoma is a definite bet minus 35 and a half against Illinois State.
You do.
Here's why.
Okay.
The defense is to me, you can count on the defense in a game like this. They're not going to give up. They're not going to give up very many points, right?
Yeah.
And the other side of it, and this is the biggest side of it for me, new quarterback, new offense, new offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
They're not dicking around. They're going to go out and try to score as many points as possible.
I think so.
And I think this will be a lopsided. I think it's going to be like 51-7 type of game.
Yeah,
because I really believe Oklahoma in the past would not approach this game like, oh, we got to be sharp, we got to be ready. But they're going to be sharp and ready offensively. I just think it's a lot to a little. I would play Oklahoma with the points here.
Right. Now, Illinois State was a playoff team last year. A lot of people don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
And they did win 10 games, and they've got a lot of players back. But if you don't beat them like a drum, you're not very good. And that's no knock on Illinois State.
Yeah.
This is an SEC team playing a 1AA, whatever they call it now, team.
Right.
And so you got to expect a track meet. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, if they don't beat them bad, there's going to be a lot of crying going on in Norman with Michigan coming to town next week.
The big thing for me in this game is it got so bad last year offensively that, again, I just feel like even though it is no statement, whatever the score is, it doesn't. I mean, as long as you win, obviously, it doesn't matter. But they're going to want to come out and at least show people, hey, we're different, So
they got to offensively for sure.
Yeah.
They have to come out and really look good offensively to give people some confidence going into next week.
Yeah, agree.
Yep.
So I think that's what we'll see. So I think they'll play. I think they'll look good, and I think people will be like, oh yeah, they're really good, but don't play too much into it. No, they're going to come out motivated.
I'll never will forget Stoops' first game. They played Indiana State, which is comparable to Illinois State, same conference and everything. They beat them 49-0, and everybody was, oh my God, look at this, because we'd been so bad.
Yep.
And I remember his first statement after the game. It's Indiana State. Yep. Don't get too hyped up over this. We should have beat them 49-0.
Yeah.
That's when I knew we had a coach.
Well, and I think you think about that. It was a similar situation. We were coming off the offenses were so bad. And I remember we had to listen to that game on the radio.
Yeah.
And I remember because back then there was no ESPN Plus or anything like that. and we weren't going to the games then. Although we did go next week after that Indiana State game, but we had never we went 3-4 years. We had no offense, and we just were hearing all these passes and touchdown passes. We're like, oh my God,
what is going on here?
And I think that's how we're gonna feel Saturday night if what happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, for sure. All right, let's keep going. Oh, here we go. Young Curtis was almost on the team at Indiana State. I can believe it. Seeing you, Curtis, you got some size to you. I don't disrespect the Sycamores.
Oh, absolutely not. That conference is nails.
Yep.
That's the one that North Dakota State and South Dakota State's in.
Exactly.
So, yeah. At any level of college football, you make a college football team, you're damn good.
That's
I don't care where you're playing. You're good.
That is right.
You are good. End of discussion.
Put your position out on the chat there, Curtis. I'll check it out here after we get talking about the Long Island University taking on Florida. I did not see a line for this one. Did you?
I did not know that Long Island had a football team.
I did not either. This has to be like 40 points, doesn't it?
There was no line on this.
Okay, you never saw anything either?
No,
okay. No. I didn't know.
This is crazy. This might be the biggest embarrassment for Florida. They couldn't find anyone. I mean, come on. This isn't. I thought Oklahoma playing Illinois State was pretty embarrassing, but this
they should for SEC purposes, you play it like in November. Usually there's these SEC teams, like we played Maine last year.
Of course, with Florida's schedule, I could see maybe their schedule is just brutal. So anyway, I did not know they had a football team. I knew they had a basketball team, but I did not know they had a football team.
Oh man, yeah. What the Long Island mascot? Let me see if I can. It looks like a shark of some sort. It's a shark.
Is it?
Let's click on it. Let's see if it says
the land sharks.
Yeah, it's a shark.
Yeah, the sharks. Yeah. That's a good mascot.
It's like a teal and yellow shark.
I like the mascot. That's good.
Yeah, it's kind of neat. Now you
good luck.
Lose the place. There you go. Curtis said fullback linebacker. That's what I would have guessed. You're not big in. I mean, when I saw you didn't look like a lineman that could play in college, but I could see fullback linebacker. Yeah. Fullback for sure. You looked like a fullback in the I formation or the wishbone, maybe.
Okay. Not messing with him then.
No, I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to tackle him rolling down on the veer. That would be
I'm not arguing with him anymore.
All right, let's get going. Let's keep going. North Dakota at Kansas State here next. K-State, same situation. They're not playing South Dakota. They're playing North Dakota, but they're coming back. They're coming back off of a loss.
Mm-hmm.
I think that might be a little better because you're a little bit more prepared. You know what I mean? Like it's like, hey, we got to win this one. But maybe a better opponent, North Dakota. What do you think?
Well, it's interesting. There was a line on this. Mm-hmm. It was 25.5.
Oh, wow.
So Iowa State, who beat Kansas State, was 14.5, and K-State's 25.5. North Dakota, I think, of the 4 Dakota schools, I believe they're the worst. So, but I thought that was interesting that line was that much because, you said they may be more motivated or they can get themselves back up, but they still got to make the same trip Iowa State did.
Exactly.
Right back and play. And isn't it interesting that they're playing North Dakota instead of North Dakota State, and Iowa State's playing South Dakota instead of South Dakota State.
Right.
So anyway, I think they slaughtered them. I would take the 25.5.
All right, K-State, you're looking for a big bounce back from them. I think you're right. I think they'll bounce back. Yeah. Important to note, Florida State lost that opening game and then lost the next week as well, but they were playing Boston College, I believe.
They're playing a little better.
A little bit better team. All right, UTSA, pretty good team year in and year out, going on the road to take on Texas A&M here. A&M minus 24.5. What do you got here?
This is one I would look at. I think it's too many points.
Too many points?
Yep. I think A&M wins, but it's a lot of points. They're not super duper on offense. Texas San Antonio's been good. Now they kind of were down a little bit last year.
Yeah.
They're going to go down there and play good. They're up there or over there. If I was going to bet it, I would take the Roadrunners and the points.
I'm going to take A&M. I think they'll run over them.
Do you?
Yeah, I think they can line up and run over them. Yep. I'm taking A&M. All right. This one is going to be interesting. The Battle of Death Valleys, LSU and Clemson here. We're going to be in Clemson, South Carolina for their version of the Death Valley. Minus 3.5 here for Clemson. National championship hopes really for both these teams. Maybe they're both a little overrated, or maybe they'll be there at the end. We're going to find out. This is a big first game. LSU has really struggled in first games under Brian Kelly. Will that continue? This is going to be a madhouse in Clemson.
Oh my God! Can you just imagine what?
And like I said, this is a Clemson fan base that the realistic ones probably a little down on this team the last few years. Not now. They're hyped.
Yep.
What do you think happens here?
Place is nuts anyway, and it's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
And 6:30 kickoff. Oh my God! Be 7.
This atmosphere is going to be probably the best of the weekend.
Yeah, this may be a better atmosphere than what will be in the Horseshoe.
I would agree.
This is going to be nuts. I love Clemson. I wish it was 3 instead of 3.5.
Oh,
I hate that 3.5. Don't you?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because I could see this being 24-21, 27-24. You know, and that half will get you.
Yeah.
But I got Clemson as my number 1, so I got to take them. And I don't know. I haven't heard anything on Nussmeier lately, so I don't know if that was all this big blow up or what.
Yeah.
But I just think Clemson on their home field is I think they're pretty dang good. It's going to be a great game. This one's going to be so much fun to watch.
Yeah, it's going to be a great game. I can't wait for this game as well. I took Clemson in this one. You look at LSU's struggles in first games, and now this is one of the tougher ones they're going to face. I think Clemson will beat them. I think the atmosphere gets them. I think this is the team that they've been missing, that now they feel like they've got it. This would be a big statement win for them right out of the gate. Probably their toughest game of the year until, postseason play. So yeah, give me Clemson.
They'll get beat somewhere, but this is toughy. Everybody's always said about Clemson, when they're good, they're the one team anywhere that has SEC type athletes. You hear that all the time.
You do hear that a lot about
when they're really good, and there's a good reason. They recruit the same athletes the SEC does.
Right.
And when they're good, they
get
get those players.
Yeah.
And they've been a little down for them. They came on strong last year. They really did. And LSU kind of fizzled down the stretch a little bit.
Yeah.
So I really think Clemson's going to beat them.
I do too. I'm with Clemson in this game as well. I think they get the job done. All right. OU's opponent next week will be Michigan. This week, New Mexico goes to the Big House to take on Michigan. Michigan, 34.5-point favorite. Bryce Underwood, first game. He did win the starting job. Be very interesting to see how he plays in this game.
Yep.
34.5 for an unexperienced quarterback is a lot. However, it is New Mexico and Michigan. What do you think here?
I think this is one where you see him just run over him. I don't think he'll have to do too much.
I don't think so either.
Will they really be vanilla and not show you anything? I mean, or do they have anything to show offensively anyway? I don't know.
They're pretty vanilla every week.
They are. Now, I'm not saying they're not good. I'm not
Yeah.
saying that at all.
No, but they are very straightforward.
They are.
You know what they are really? You know what they remind me of? They are like a modern day version of what Nebraska used to do.
Yeah, they are.
You know?
Yep. They're
Yeah.
very physical, powerful on offensive, defensive lines.
Yeah.
And that is a lot. I agree, Mike. That's a lot of points.
It is a lot.
34.5. New Mexico lost their quarterback from last year. He was pretty good, and he went to Utah. And that's why I'm not giving them much of a chance in this to score too much. So an average Michigan team ought to score 45 on them, I would think. So I don't think New Mexico gets into double digits.
Yep.
So I wouldn't bet it, though. I don't like these spreads. I just don't.
Here's why I would bet Michigan. I don't think New Mexico is going to score.
Yeah, they may not.
And so I think if I'm going into the game saying, okay, can Michigan get 42 points? And if the answer is yes, then I'm going with them.
Yeah.
So give me Michigan in this game. All right, let's keep going on here. We've got Arkansas Pine Bluff at Texas Tech. Do you got anything to say about this?
No, I think that was so bad. No line ever.
Exactly.
On that one.
Super bad game.
Yeah.
Arkansas Pine Bluff's awful.
Mhm.
Georgia State at Ole Miss next here. Georgia State coming in 35.5-point underdogs. Ole Miss replacing a lot of guys, but we kind of know they're going to be good offensively. They've got players.
Yeah. I think that's a little high.
Mm-hmm.
I do. Georgia State's not terrible.
I kind of think it's about right.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm not
up-tempo offense. You know they're going to score on them.
Oh yeah. We'll see. I'm not very high on them.
I've heard a lot of people kind of talking. I think Ole Miss is going to step back a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You're in that camp.
Yep.
I'm not sure. I kind of think they're going to be decent. I certainly would not bet Georgia State in the game.
No, I wouldn't either. I just think that's a little high, though.
I'll probably pass this one. I can't make much sense of it one way or another as far as the points go. East Texas A&M at SMU, not much to talk about.
There's a good one.
Yeah, not much to talk about there.
Right.
That sounds East Texas A&M sounds like remember that movie Necessary Roughness when they made up those teams? That feels like what that is. Yeah.
That's kind of right.
Yeah.
Well, in SMU's defense, they've got Baylor and TCU on their non-conference schedule, so we'll give them a pass on this one.
Northern Arizona and Arizona State.
Okay, I saw line on that. It was 28.5.
28.5.
That's about right, probably.
Yeah, probably.
They should beat them like that bad.
I would say.
If they're number 11 in the country, yes.
Yeah. I'm with you.
I don't think they are, but anyway.
Be nice to kind of see them. I think they'll be pretty decent. I think they'll get the job done there for sure.
They got a good quarterback.
All right, let's go to Sunday. I like these two games a little bit here. Virginia Tech on the road taking on South Carolina. South Carolina -7.5. What you get here?
It was 8, so it's down to 7.5. It's in Atlanta. Tech fans I think they travel okay.
Yeah.
It's not that far down to Atlanta for them. We know South Carolina's fans will be there probably. It's not that far over there. They are hugely hyped. They're number 13 in the country.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like them as well as number 13. I think they got kind of lucky last year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of with Dennis at 7.5 kind of bothers me a little bit. I just don't think Virginia Tech's good enough. So if South Carolina's as good as they're supposed to be, they cover that.
I think South Carolina covers it. I don't, if you want to sit and wait and hope it goes down to 7, go for it.
It might.
It might. I think they're going to cover either way. I think they come out and look pretty good here. I'm not as high on them either, but I'm not really high on Virginia Tech and haven't been for years. So
nope, their mystique is kind of diminished.
Yes, absolutely. All right. Last one of the ranked matchups. It's going to be Sunday night, Notre Dame at Miami. Notre Dame -2.5 here. What do you got?
Well, I don't like Miami ever in a big game. Again, we don't know how good Notre Dame is at quarterback. We don't know.
Nope.
So that makes this very, very tricky. But everyone's kind of down on Beck as well, Carson Beck for Miami.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if Cam Ward was playing, would you pick him? I wouldn't. Would you pick him even if Cam Ward was still there?
Nope.
I don't think I would either because this is another team that doesn't win a game. They have to.
Yep.
And so until they do, you have to stay away from them.
Yep.
We know Notre Dame's going to be good. The coach of Notre Dame, I don't think gets enough credit. Boy, he's done a job up there.
He's done really good.
He's perfect for there, I think. He'll have them ready to go. It all depends on the quarterback. is he good enough to go to Miami and win? I think he is. So I'm going to go with the Irish, and I like the 2.5.
I do too. I think the Irish are the team to play. I don't know. I would just never play Miami in this spot. I really think this Notre Dame team is going to be awfully good again this year. I think Notre Dame will absolutely destroy the Miami offense.
Right.
I really, really, really do.
If they win this game, they may go undefeated.
If they can win this one, I think you're right. But again, there'll be a game or two where they slip up, I think. But overall, they look pretty good in all these games.
Yep.
It's
going to be a good one.
Yep.
To wrap up Sunday. They still got one on Monday too. So anyway.
Yeah, exactly. But
anyway,
not a top 25 game. We can talk about it real quick. That Monday game he's talking about is TCU at North Carolina.
Oh yeah, we have to talk about this one.
TCU's the favorite at -3 right now.
Isn't this going to be interesting? I'm so interested in seeing this.
I don't think it's going to be a very good game, but I am interested to see if I'm wrong.
So you're going TCU?
I don't know who. I'm not going anything because I don't really trust TCU, and I have no idea what North Carolina is going to be. I mean, really, shouldn't North Carolina win this game?
I'm picking them.
I mean, they are the underdogs. I thought that was weird. I don't know. I thought they look like, to me, they've got enough that they should beat TCU at home.
The fact that it's at home, yes. It's just, again, we don't know what their quarterback is either. That's a big problem for them. Yeah. TCU doesn't win these kind of games too often. And I just can't stay away from it. I got to take a shot on North Carolina. Yeah, I just do.
All right, let's talk about some other games. Do you have some other ones you like?
Well, who was it there? Somebody said Mike likes Nebraska.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, you got it posted there. I think that's a really good game tomorrow night. Looking forward to that. I always like to watch them play.
I don't like Nebraska tomorrow night.
What is let's see.
It's 6.5.
I would take Cincinnati. I do think Nebraska might win.
Oh, I think they could win, but boy, you're going to lay a number with Nebraska on the road. Whew.
It's at Arrowhead, though. It's at Arrowhead.
I know it's still away from home, and that's
but they'll have 70,000 there.
That's true. They will have almost the whole stadium. That's true. That's true. So it's like a home game. Yeah.
And the only ones that'll be there for Cincinnati will be the Kelsey brothers.
Yeah. Oh no, they're not going to be. They got better things to do. Trust me.
No, right, Travis is looking forward to this. He is going to be there.
I can 100% confirm Travis will not be there.
Really?
Well, he just got engaged to Taylor Swift. I don't think he's got.
I think they both will be there.
Okay. Well, maybe
I've heard him say he can't wait to see this game. So if he's there, I think Jason might show up. So anyway, it would be cool if all of them are there. But I just think the fact that they will have a gigantic home advantage, push them over the top. Cincinnati's not what they used to be either. So anyway, that's going to be fun. I always like to watch them.
Well, you've kind of convinced me now, and maybe Mike a little bit as well, that I want to.
I just don't think Travis has got enough and Taylor's got enough in them to pull this one out for the Bearcats.
I'm not betting Nebraska. How about that?
You don't like Nebraska, so that's fine.
It's not that I don't like Nebraska. It's just I'm a bettor, and why I haven't had a reason to bet anything Nebraska in a long time. So
well, I don't like Nebraska. I don't mind saying it. I've never liked them.
No, you've always hated Nebraska a lot more than I have.
I just think they're weirdos. But anyway, just kind of strange. But they are great fans.
So Dennis brings up Auburn and Baylor.
Oh, I've got that one circled.
Okay, go ahead.
I like Baylor.
I love Baylor in this game.
Especially with I don't know what's going on at the quarterback situation at Auburn. I don't know if that was just Hugh Freeze just trying to motivate. Jackson Arnold or if he's benched him and kept him benched. I don't know. They don't get much hype, but that was pretty funny watching him when Arnold wouldn't throw the ball to the wide open receiver. He wasn't very happy. I don't think Auburn's good enough to beat him anyway. So that's one of my best plays of the week is Baylor at home.
Since we're talking about this game, I think the Jackson Arnold situation, whatever you want to call it, is going to be fascinating because here's the deal. Everybody at Oklahoma blames Seth Luttrell for what happened last year, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm. That's the offensive coordinator for those people that don't know.
That got fired, and rightfully so. I didn't have any problem with them.
Had no choice.
When he was hired, everybody thought it was good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody thought it was a good hire. Thought it'd be great. B, he's had great offenses everywhere he's been.
Yeah.
So there's a part of me that says this guy's not good. Talking about Jackson Arnold, like he's just not very good.
Nope.
And I think if Auburn doesn't play him, or if they play him and he's not very good, I think we can sit there and say, you know what? We didn't have a quarterback. That was the biggest problem from last year. So we'll see, though.
I think we can say that anyway, but
well, look, if he goes to Auburn and he's throwing for 300 yards a game.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
There were things, and I will say this, and I don't. First of all, the wide receiver situation OU was a disaster.
And the offensive line.
And the offensive, well, by the end of the year, it wasn't bad.
It was okay, but they were
about the second half of the year. It was pretty good, really.
Yeah, it was.
But Jackson Arnold did things last year I've never seen at Oklahoma, ever. Even when we were bad under John Blake in the 90s, I did not see quarterbacks make some of the plays that he made. He was really bafflingly bad.
No, some of the turnovers were just atrocious.
I've never seen somebody play that bad. So I think I'm on Baylor, and I'm not. If Auburn has another quarterback, I'm not sure he plays, but I don't know if they do or not.
No, I don't either.
So
I would take him even if he was had a good fall camp. I would take Baylor.
Well, and again, I think
hard to win down there, and they're pretty good.
And Auburn really isn't, and they haven't been.
No. They're favored because they're in the SEC.
Now, I kind of, and I may be alone on this, but I kind of hope Arnold does play well. I kind of liked him. I didn't like him as a quarterback, but he wasn't a jerk or anything,
No, absolutely not. No.
So it's not like I'm rooting against him, but I'm just telling you that he made some plays last year I was just baffled by that didn't have anything to do with the play call, just him doing crazy stuff. So
some of the turnovers, holy cow.
Wow. Yeah. All right. Next.
Dennis mentions Georgia Tech and Colorado. I think that's a fascinating game as well. In Boulder.
I lean Georgia Tech in that game.
I do too.
Yeah.
That line, those 4.5. There's that half again.
They seem to be in a better spot right now.
I think so. With Colorado lost their two best players, and as I heard Dion say, when you had those two guys, you knew you had a chance to win every game you went out there and played. Now you don't have them, so I think they're going to drop some. And who is it? Mike likes the quarterback at Georgia Tech. I love him. I think he's tough as he can be. I love their offense.
Yeah.
But it's hard to go winning Boulder. And when you're Georgia Tech, it's kind of tough. Mm-hmm. But I would take them in the 4.5. But I think it's a very, very interesting game.
It is. It's an interesting game. Georgia Tech, the other thing about them, they're not exactly a perennial team that you think, oh, yeah, they'll go to Boulder and win. I'm not worried about it. What I mean. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't be shocked. Yeah.
Yeah. I just – no, they're not used to going and doing this. So –
No.
And you're always leery of that until you actually see them do it. And they were pretty good last year. Remember, they should have beat Georgia.
Yep.
They went toe-to-toe with
Yep.
Georgia.
Yep.
Physically and everything else. And I watched that whole game, and I was so sick when they lost because they deserved to win that game. That was a really good game.
Yep.
They're talking about Toledo and Kentucky.
Mhm.
Kentucky 9.5. They're not going to be very good. Toledo's usually the best team in the MAC. I could see that one being a little bit of a nail biter for the Wildcats.
Yeah, I think the fact that an SEC school is a 9.5-point favorite over a MAC school tells you a lot. Tells you the numbers are saying Kentucky's not very good.
Yeah, for example, is Rob still here?
Yeah.
Purdue's 18-point favorite over a MAC school.
Who are they playing?
Ball State. Now they're not.
Well, that's a very different. That's different.
But Purdue's not very good.
No.
I think that's too many points, but I wouldn't bet it. But I think it's too many. Another one I kind of like, Jacksonville State, which is pretty good.
Yep.
Goes to Central Florida, which is not very good.
Mm-hmm.
20.5-point underdogs.
Yeah, new coaches, both programs there.
Yeah.
So that's the question mark.
Will that I think it's a good job. It's a good thing probably up for UCF.
Probably.
For them, Jacksonville State lost, what's his name? Rodriguez, who went to West Virginia. So that's a downfall for them.
Yeah.
He does a great job. I just think, though, that's too many points. That's a lot.
It seems like a lot, yeah.
Jacksonville State's pretty tough.
What do they I'll be honest, I have not analyzed Jacksonville State's football program this year. Do they have guys back from that?
Yeah, they're pretty decent. They're rated pretty highly in their conference. And
do they have a quarterback?
Not.
Do they have a quarterback?
I don't know. I'll have to look that up again before I actually bet it. But that just stuck out at me. I just don't know how good Central Florida is.
Yeah. Well, I'm with you there. I think Central Florida is definitely a team that probably shouldn't be laying 20.
I don't think so.
They have a guy who transferred in from Kentucky as their quarterback.
Ooh, that may not be good.
At least according to Phil Still. Now this could be different now. Maybe somebody beat him out. They do seem to have this should be a pretty decent team if the quarterback comes through. They've got some talent based on what I'm seeing. A lot of transfers from bigger schools.
Yeah.
So
it depends on the coaching change and all that. Anytime you lose a guy like they had,
it's tough. It's tough.
What about this one? UNLV goes to Sam Houston. Both teams disappointing.
Yep.
Last week, UNLV won,
but didn't look good
by 7 against a very bad team and had to fight to win that thing.
Yeah.
And Sam Houston got blown away late against Western Kentucky. That's pretty good. UNLV 9 points at Sam Houston State.
I would take Sam Houston.
I think so too.
Yep.
UNLV got won 38-31.
Yep.
And I don't know. I thought that line was a little too high.
Yep.
So that's one I looked at. What do you think about Utah and UCLA? 6 points, Utah.
I'd take Utah.
Well, I do too. But how come we got UCLA with the big stud quarterback transferred in there?
Yeah, I'd take Utah.
I think they bounce back too, but that line's not terribly comfortable with it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you believe in a team that's played a game and one that hasn't, you got Georgia Southern at Fresno.
Okay.
Southern's favored by 2.5. Now, I was not impressed with Fresno State last week.
What's the outlook on Georgia Southern?
They're picked, I believe, 2nd or 3rd in their conference.
Oh man.
Yeah. So
I don't think I could take Fresno based off what I saw last week. And based on what was coming, we talked about the game and we said they don't look very good.
Right.
Like before the game, like we were previewing the game,
Yeah.
we were like, this doesn't look like a good team.
No, offensively, they're not very good. They scored the first time they had the ball, and Kansas shut them down. By the way, I thought Kansas looked decent.
Well, I think Kansas looked like a team that was decent that beat a bad team. And so now it's like, okay, that's a good
and they
first
beat them pretty handily.
start.
They beat them pretty bad. So.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think that's a team to look at. I think they're going to be okay. They may surprise some people.
They might.
Yep. Well, those are the ones I've kind of circled.
We talked about Kansas as well. They finally have a team or a home stadium this year. And so
it was pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I like it. Yeah.
And it's not done.
No.
They're going to add some more. I just heard the tail end of it. Are they not going to play there again next year while they finish the rest of it?
Is that true? I don't know.
I kind of thought I heard that, but I wasn't sure, so I probably shouldn't say anything. But aren't they doing something to the other side?
I don't know. I
think they got one side done. I think they got the press box size done. And then the other side, they've got to finish that.
I didn't watch that game, so if they said something, I'm not aware of it.
Yeah, they were talking to the AD.
Okay, gotcha.
And he was talking about how proud he was. And I thought he said, we'll have the other side done by 2027. That's what I thought he said.
Maybe they're going to work on that. I don't think they'll play games away from there again, will they? No way.
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah.
Mike's got one here for us. Miami 17.5 at Wisconsin.
Yeah. Plus 17.5 there on them.
Yeah.
Wisconsin's one of those teams like where I don't know if that's going to turn around.
Yeah.
I thought that he would do a good job there, but I don't know.
I don't either. I think he went up there. Didn't he go up there and try to install the run and shoot or whatever they call it, the air raid, whatever, and throw the ball more? And that's not what Wisconsin is. And maybe that just doesn't fit there. It's possible. I know. He hired offensive coordinator to open it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's not what Wisconsin's about. So
no.
I'm surprised too. I'm very surprised.
Because and it could just be a situation where maybe he fits a little bit better at Cincinnati.
It could be.
And not at Ohio State or at Wisconsin.
Well, this is a huge year for him.
I mean, this is the year. If they're not any better,
he's
probably gone, and he'll find himself a spot again, like Cincinnati.
He'll be at Cincinnati, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that it hasn't gone better. Well, what is this? Like his third year, I believe.
This is year 3. They did have a winning record his first year, but they were not good. And then last year they had a losing record. So,
yeah, and they've been a lot better than that. So, yeah. So it's going to be interesting with them.
All right. Any other games?
No, I think that's. I don't really see anything else that just jumps out. It's kind of a tough week because we have all these duds.
Yeah.
That you just can't bet on because those point spreads are too high and you're not real comfortable with them. So
yeah, it's a tread lightly.
Yes.
I say that I bet 2 games pretty heavy last week, but I bet Iowa State, K-State. I bet Iowa State because plus 3.5 was just too much. And by the way, it ended up being a 3-point game. So it's it's what I thought. It's going to go 3-point game one way or another, and you knew there's not a lot of turnover on those 2 teams. We knew what they were.
Yeah.
And same with Hawaii and Stanford. Hawaii, that was very lucky to get that.
Oh, that was lucky to get that. I bet that one. And I did the Iowa State game and I did Kansas.
Yeah. Well, Kansas was not luck. That was
no
easy win. Yeah,
that was an easy one. So,
but this now we get this week, and we get I don't know, a lot of this. There's a lot of unknowns out there, and what I would recommend: be honest with yourself. You're going to bet this every week. You just are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You don't have to bet on some of these unknowns.
Take it easy the first week.
Well, you don't have to take it easy. I'm not going to sit here and tell you to take it easy when I didn't take it easy last week, but take it easy on the games you have no idea who these teams are or who the critical players are.
I would stay away from these one-sided ones too.
Well, I mean, for the most part, there are spots, right? But for the most part, for sure.
You just don't know.
Yeah, you gotta be careful and something like. And then when you get one like take LSU and Clemson for example, you know who these teams are, right? For the most part. So you do your analyze it and go for it. Go for whoever, But this Texas Ohio State game, you do not have to bet it.
No, you might want to throw a little bit on it just to have something on it. But don't bet much.
No, and if you're sitting here and you go, I watched Julian Sayin in high school and he's a stud, I'm going to play him. Fine, go ahead. But if you're sitting here going, boy, I don't know, then don't, because there's like 100 games. So go to one you do know. That's how you win.
Different from high school to playing Texas in your first game.
Well, you know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I was agreeing with you.
Yeah.
I'm totally. I mean, you just don't know.
Yeah.
And and both of them not play very well in this first game. And that doesn't mean they're not going to play better.
I try to stay away from the games where, if Texas wins this game 31-14, I wouldn't be surprised. And if Ohio State wins 31-14, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
If I think that the range is that high, how am I supposed to bet the game? That's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's hard for me to bet. I just don't know these guys.
Yeah.
If it was yours against who Ohio State had last year, then a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, when you've never seen a guy, I've never seen Ohio State. I don't even know what he looks like.
No, I don't. I couldn't tell you either.
No, nothing about him. And all I know about Arch Manning is his last name's Manning.
There you go. That's all a lot of people know, and that's all they're banking on.
That's right. So and he's got a cool first name.
Yep.
Mom, it wouldn't be quite as cool, but his name is Arch.
If anybody was watching Saratoga, what in the hell just happened? I thought they're getting ready to start that race. It's a jumper race, and now they're all going back. Anyway, all right. What else we got? That's it. That's all we got. You don't have anything else?
No. Was I supposed to?
Let's see. I'm trying to think if you had anything else. No, I was looking through my notes. I don't have anything either.
No, I mean, we covered college. Next week we got pros and college, so it really gets.
Yep.
One little thing, we talked about yesterday, just visiting, is how stupid the Chiefs and Chargers game is in Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
In week 1 of the season. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Very stupid. Yeah.
And obviously in the NFL, you have to do what the NFL tells you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because neither one of these teams, this is a division game.
Yep.
And you're going to play it in Brazil.
Well, it's like I told you yesterday, and I told you a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about this. They don't care.
No, they don't.
The NFL does not care about anything but money.
And not only that, I always say San Diego, the Chargers lost a home game.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I know they're fans; they have none, but still, they lost a home game against a division rival.
Yeah.
Both teams threw a fit.
Yeah.
They probably didn't say anything because they can't. But
yep. Exactly.
If I'm Andy Reid or Harbaugh, I'm throwing a fit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you lose a divisional home game. Ridiculous.
Yep.
And I don't have a dog in the fight. I care less, but still.
But you can't do anything about it.
No. I feel bad for those teams that have to go do that.
Yep. So. And it's Jared and I were talking about this as well, because he's, it's like, I don't want to see them play there, but, and I agree with Rob. He says NFL has gone too far. We were talking about it on the trip last weekend. It's like, it seems like every week there's a game overseas now.
Yeah. And you're never going to, what are you going to do? You're going to get teams in Brazil. They're going to have a team in Brazil and a team in London, and everybody's going to have to fly overseas.
I don't know.
Go to the conference. I mean, come on. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, I don't know the answer.
You think they should have played it. If they want to play a game in Brazil, just have an exhibition game. Mm-hmm. Those people down there, they don't know the players.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who these guys are.
No.
It's just like I know you didn't see it because you're at Saratoga, but they were interviewing some of the people in Ireland,
Mm-hmm.
and they were asking them if they knew about the football game. Well, most of them said, "What football?" They didn't know what they're talking about.
Right.
They
Yeah.
didn't give a shit.
Well, that's college, and I think college is way different than pros.
Well,
around
it
here.
is. It
So,
is. It's even
yeah.
stupider to play that game. And
Right.
that darn good and well, those two teams had to give their permission to go play over
Yes.
there. They didn't have to do that.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah. Had to be some money involved of some sorts there for sure.
well, and
as well.
exposure. They were the only game in town.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
kind of
for
thing. But still,
For sure. Yeah.
if I was a fan, I'd be irate.
Well, I know one fan that went, and he said it was a great experience. So,
Well, I'm sure it was. You talking about Paul?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they didn't lose the home game. Kansas
No,
State.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. No, it's K-State's home game. Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
I don't get it, but I don't. There's a lot of things I don't understand. So I would never ever go play a game in Dublin unless I was.
Well, I
playing
think if you lose that game, you have a different feeling than if you won that game.
Well, true. True.
He's on cloud 9, but if you lose that game, you go, gosh, that was a
Yeah, but-
waste,
I mean, yeah, I don't know. Well, you know what? We'll see if that affects them down the line. It might. I don't know.
Yep. Yeah.
But I don't know why they're playing this week. Either team. I don't get that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But-
Well, didn't do them a lot of favors, that's for sure. And then for Iowa State, they got to turn right around and play Iowa next week. So tough,
Yes.
tough little stretch there. For
They
sure.
got 3 games going there.
Yep.
Rob says, "Would you want Oklahoma to go to Dublin?"
No.
I will assure you, I will roll over if that ever happens. They swear they would never do that.
Yeah, but you know what? I bet they would if the payday was right.
They wouldn't go play a big rival over there.
Probably not that. No.
They might.
No, but no, I would not want them to go ever.
No.
Mm-mm.
They might go play I don't throw somebody out. A Temple. They played Temple this year. They might go over there and play them.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to do it. I know that.
No. And there's
Next
Michigan
year
and
is-
Western Michigan.
And to me, that makes no sense.
Because Michigan's losing a home game.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh well.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway.
We're gonna get out of here for now. Let's see. I was gonna mention something else, but I've forgotten. Oh, what did you think of the Travers? We haven't talked about that. What did you think of it?
Well, I think we got a super horse.
Yeah, for sure.
And we talked about it yesterday. The fact that we're only 5 in the field tells you all you need to know, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That everybody just said, "Ooh, we're not going to be able to beat that guy."
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. Right after, or maybe not right after, but right after the day, I'm pretty sure it was either that evening or in the morning. They asked Kenny McPeak about Torpedo Anna and maybe trying the Classic, and he said, "No, thank you. We're not going to go. We can't beat that horse right now, and we're not going to do that." So,
well, are you in agreement that is that a word? Do you think Torpedo's kind of fading a little?
I thought that was her second best race, yes, Saturday. But I don't think she is at the level of the males right now.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought her race was really, really good Saturday.
Did you?
Yes. Yeah. Anytime you see 2 horses well clear of the other horses,
Yeah.
that's a good race most times. And I thought I thought if you take out that just tremendous run by Darth Vader, Torpedo Anna wins that by 5 or 6
Well,
lengths.
that's true.
And people that don't know anything about racing, you're going, "Oh, see, she's back. But since they saw a close finish, they go, "She's just not good this year." She laid it on the line in that race. That was a hell of a race from her.
She dug down deep to
Yeah.
get it. So,
Yeah.
So you were telling me that they're talking about running Sovereignty again next year, early next year at least.
Yeah.
And that would be so cool if they do that.
Mhm.
So,
Yep.
because they usually don't when they've got one that good.
Yep.
So,
that'll be fun. But yeah, Breeders' Cup next for him. They're going to train him up at Saratoga. Baeza is pointing towards the Pennsylvania Derby. That may be what it may have gave him just a little break. I have not heard anything about him being on the shelf though. Pennsylvania Derby next for Baeza. So, that's in the end of September. That's a month away. So they may just gave him a couple extra weeks and they'll get him going there for that one.
Yeah.
You look, Torpedo Anna's wide, stalking a fairly decent pace, moved into the pace, took over at the top of the lane, looked like she was going to gallop out of there. Asked her to run at the top of the lane. She ran, but Darth Vader would not go away. And it was a hell of a race. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Shout out to Vinny Blonde, standing with him. We are directly on the wire. They hit the wire. And I looked at him. I said, oh, man, I've got no idea. He goes, Torpedo Anna, easy. I said, no. He goes, trust me. She got it. And I said, no, she didn't. He goes, I'm 100% confident. So they slow that thing down. I said, God, what kind of Rain Man are you? How did you?
Yeah, exactly.
That? He said, I've stood here my whole life. I can call a photo if I'm sitting right here.
Really?
Sure enough, we were right across that finish line. And it was, packed. And everybody was like, oh my gosh, I think she just got beat, or, oh no, I don't know who won. Half a second, he knew. So give him credit for that one. I shout him out. I told him, I said, I'll be talking about this forever.
Yeah.
It was an amazing call. So,
he's there all the time. So he
said, hey, I've been at this track since I was a little kid, and I've watched these photos. So I know she got it. I'm 100% confident.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
No. Now I will say we were in a different vantage point the last race on Sunday, and he had no idea on that one, and because it was almost a dead heat, and we weren't right on the wire. He said, I really don't know this time. I can't lie. So all right. Pacific Classic gonna be great. Journalism, NISO's fierceness. Can't wait for that. Excited. Hopefully that comes out. The rest of that card comes out soon, so we can get you guys going with all the products and everything. I know we're going to have a betting Bible, but again, it may be Friday before it's out because Del Mar's waiting until this afternoon to get it going. So,
and today's Wednesday.
Today is Wednesday. Hopefully, they're going to draw it, but today, but hopefully it's out soon. So, all right, that's it. We're going to get out of here. All right. Thanks everybody for joining us. We'll be back next week. We'll break down what happened, and we'll look at the next week, and we'll look at the NFL. That's coming up next week as well. So, all right. Thanks everybody for joining us, and we'll see you right back here next week.
This is due to Bet Sports.